Good evening and aloha. Have to say, I'm so glad I'm here tonight. I had multiple functions to choose from, and I wanted to be here. And I wanted to be here because of what EAH does for all of us. I walked into the room, I saw Lucien Wong over there. And stand up and be recognized. A great man who's helped in so many projects. Stand up, Lucien. And it made me think, when I was the majority leader, I wanted to take on the issue of affordable housing. And this is state legislature. And so we put together a group. I asked Lucien if he could be a part of a working group. And every time I wanted to do something as a majority leader regarding housing, they'd say, that's a city issue. You can't go there. That's city. Can't do that. That's city. So I thought, I got to get over to the city. And so I became the managing director and then mayor, but for a bunch of reasons. And those other priorities, by the way, are all infrastructure type projects, starting with rail. But it all has to do with housing. We are a small place, 600 square miles, the island of Oahu. When I was born in 1952, there were 450,000. There's now almost 1 million people, 8,000 short of 1 million. How do we grow? How do we accommodate the people who come here? And how do we accommodate those who are born here to be able to continue to live here? Change, but be the same in terms of aloha. And you can't have that unless you have affordable housing. And you can't have affordable housing without great infrastructure, whether it be our bus system or roads or rail or sewer or parks. And so I'm here tonight because you're pioneers in that area. And I have to say, thinking back to when you were founded 50 years ago, 1968, a time of great turmoil in our country. We lost Robert F. Kennedy, and I don't know if you saw recently the Mexican-American waiter who cradled his head, Robert Kennedy's head, in the Bassett Hotel, just died. And if you listen to NPR, they interviewed him, where he talked about his guilt. He felt somehow because he put out his hand to shake the future president, I believe's hand, there was a chance for this guy to shoot him, Sirhan Sirhan. I mean, such sadness and yet such grace when he bent down and held the president, so the senator's head in his hands and arms and put his personal rosary on his chest. But it started 1968 with the death of Martin Luther King, who really did change this country in so many positive ways. And you based it, I was reading, on affordable housing as a cornerstone to sustainable and diverse communities. And that's what I'm trying to do here as mayor. How do we remain sustainable? How do we remain resilient? And you can't do it if you don't have housing for the people who are born and raised here that is affordable, that people can live life in a resilient way without having to have a lot of money. And you've been doing that. And I've been fighting hard. You know what? You got Councilwoman Kim Pine. We worked hard on Bills 58, which has to deal with MI, mandating lower AMI, and 59 that added more incentives, because we realized just passing laws saying you do this, no one's going to do it unless they can make money. And so how do we add to that capital stack in ways that government can add to it? And through incentives, we can do that. And then, we pushed accessory dwelling units and saying we will allow you to do this, and we'll guarantee you'll get your permit in 60 days, and we'll waive all the charges that the city does, and now we're looking to waive real property taxes too on the area that the unit is on. Again, adding capital stack, because there's over 120,000 lots on this island, it could take an ADU, potentially. We've done things like Sand Island, containerized housing, Kaoki Village by Kea Lagoon with 150 people there and up to 600 in the future. And even the vacation rentals bill that I put in, because I do believe particularly unhosted homes are taking away affordable homes from the rest of us. And unfortunately, the Planning Commission shut down my idea, saying it was too comprehensive, too broad, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to go back and ask them to reconsider it, and we're going to make amendments. But the point I'm making is that working with the council and all of you, we're trying to create a community, just like you the last 50 years, just like since statehood. We create a community that preserves that aloha, no matter who you are, no matter where you came from, whether you're here before Captain Cook showed up or you moved here last year, that you get to live in a way that is affordable, loving, thriving, and we can do it. But we can't do it without EAH. And I want to thank you, all of you in this room, for being partners with them. You know, your theme for this year is "A roof is just the beginning." And that is true. You know, today we're dealing with these two bills affecting those who don't have a roof over their head. And so many of those folks, particularly in the urban core, are folks that are challenged with addiction and mental illness. And they need to get better under a roof. They're not going to get better out on the streets. That is true compassion. And you're part of helping our community get better. So I want to thank you so much. I do have a proclamation. You know, as mayor, we can do that. Governors can do it. Presidents can do it. I have it over on the table. I'm going to just say the last part. Now, therefore, I, Kirk Caldwell, Mayor of the City and County of Honolulu, I believe the best place you can be mayor anywhere in the world, one, because of the people in this room, our diversity. We sit around tables and try to figure out how we connect to each other, while the rest of America sits around tables and tries to figure out why I don't want you to be at my table. And then you walk out these doors, and it's beautiful and loving. And the Native Hawaiians say, we don't own the land. You know, us Caucasians think we own the land. The Hawaiians felt they didn't. They believe that if you love the land will love you back. And we're about loving the land, and you are too. So I got a little bit off course, but that's why I think I'm mayor of the best place anywhere in the world. Do hereby proclaim October 11th, 2018, to be EAH Housing Day in the City and County of Honolulu. I have the proc over here. I can grab it, but who do I present it to? To Mary?